Hello, my wonderful viewers. Let me hope you're fine and God is keeping you well. Today, I want to share about a certain lady in scripture called Haggai. Haggai was not a sinner in the first place, in the beginning of her, though she committed certain sins, but people have always referred to her as a sinner. And today, I've come to share one of the keys why prayers of married women are not answered. Why God does not listen to prayers of married women, especially when it comes to the spirit of Jezebel. Most of married women who have the challenge of spouses cheating and sleeping out with men, and these ladies are godly. You lady, you are a godly lady. When you go in the presence of the Lord, you want to refer to the ladies or to the women or to the girls your spouse is sleeping with as Haggai. The Haggais. It is always known as Haggais. And you know what? That is where you go wrong when sometimes God does not answer your prayer. When we go back to Genesis, if you go back to read in Genesis 16, Haggai was not the one who enticed Abraham. This was an idea of her boss, Sarah, not even Abraham. Haggai was a royal maid to Sarah. It is Sarah who proposed the idea to Haggai and Abraham to meet and give birth. It was not Haggai. That is why you see somewhere Haggai called God a God who sees. Because I imagine even in that time, everyone was trying to judge her because they were not there when Sarah was trying to tell her or told her to sleep with a husband to give birth. See, married woman, when you're praying, know how you're praying right. Every time you refer to that ungodly lady, that lady with the spirit of Jezebel, as Haggai, you're praying wrong. God cannot answer that prayer. You know why? Because Haggai was also her daughter. And remember, right from the beginning, God said he's going to bless the seed of Abraham. He didn't say he's going to bless the seed of Sarah alone. He didn't say he's going to bless the seed of Haggai. He said, I am going to bless the seed of Abraham. Meaning, every seed that came from Abraham's lineage had to be blessed. You hear that? And now, how dare you start criticizing Haggai? When Haggai gave birth to Ismael, Ismael is a seed to Abraham. And when she deserted, she was obedient enough to come back when she submitted to the angel, when the angel told her to return to the mistress, who was Sarah. And you know, this is the reason behind, because you will never receive a blessing without submission. God wanted Haggai to go out with a full package of blessing. So Sarah had to go back. Haggai had to go back to Sarah and submit. And the next time when she was living with Ismael and in the desert, God met them there. God didn't let Ismael die. God is all in all. Ismael, if he was a sinner, God would have killed him. Okay? Because he's overall, because he wanted to Isaac alone. But God left Ismael because Ismael was a seed also to Abraham. See, what am I trying to say? I'm not contradicting. It is very true. Isaac is a covenantal child because this covenant child was supposed to come through Sarah. But that does not rule out that Ismael was not a son of Abraham. And you know what? The lineage of Ismael was blessed. God blessed. If you go back to Genesis chapter 16, God met Haggai in the wilderness when Ismael was thirsty. And God prophesied upon Ismael and the lineage. No wonder the lineage of Ismael is blessed because it was prophesied and it was spoken on him by the angel, by God. Okay? And remember, this Haggai, this Egyptian lady, she's always criticized. She's always blamed for having slept with Abraham. But people forget, it was not in the first case her will. And remember, when God is answering your prayers, he answers prayers based on his will. So when you're praying for your husband to stop sleeping around, when you're rebuking the spirit of Jezebel, every time you use Haggai, that prayer will never be answered, because that was not the will of God. Attack Jezebel as a Jezebel spirit. And you know, Jezebel was a wife to Ahab, who came after, even when Ismail and Haggai and Abraham and Sarah had manifested. So I'm coming to you, my dear lady in marriage. I want you to succeed in your marriage. I want you to have a harmonious marriage. I want you to enjoy the fruits of good marriage. I want you to grow old with your husband. I desire, especially you godly lady who fears the Lord. Every time you pray with criticisms in the presence of the Lord, he doesn't answer. May you get time to ask the Lord to forgive you if you've been judging Haggai. If you've been taking anyone who is sleeping around with your husband in the courts of Haggai. Haggai was a beautiful and a wonderful daughter of God and blessed her lineage. So, if you want to succeed in life, don't use Haggai as a reference of any lady, any woman sleeping around. You're praying wrong. Attack the spirit of Jezebel, but not Haggai. May God bless you. If you really want to follow us so much with these extended sermons, we are on YouTube, Vivienne Ministries. Follow us there. You'll always get the details of it, where we share scripture. Whatever I write, whatever I speak, it is in scripture. There is nothing I speak out of scripture. So that is why I'm defending Haggai, because it was not her will. It was Sarah's will to give birth to a child. May God bless you. May you succeed, you lady. May you succeed in God. May you tap on the fruits of the kingdom. Till next time, be blessed.